And welcome back everyone to episode 2 of Crash's Hot Rods and Mods. I'm Crashnburnking, your host, and on this show we're going to be looking at Twist of Night, a fast but fun lap race exclusive to the PS4. And as I stated on the last show, I'm going to lightly touch down on some of the custom options you have available for the Voodoo, and some pretty cool history facts. Now let's get this race started. Now as you approach the ramp, it has a pretty wide base, so it won't be hard to head to the top. When you're at the top, well, you're going to want to do a nice James Bond style jump right between those two trees there, landing in the middle of all those rocks, trees, shrubs, cactuses, lights, and even an old farm wagon. After you land on down, head to the corner and turn left, and you're going to make another left right here, and you're going to proceed down to a small jump. There you will not only have to turn left, you're going to have to land on a 45-degree angle as well. The race is created solely on left-hand turns. Each corner on the ramp pretty much has a light in the tree, so you will have a good idea of when to turn. Now as you finish the final part of the descent, you will want to gain some speed going down to make sure your final jump off the ramp gives you lots of height in the air. Make sure you remember to push forward on your joystick a little bit before you land, just to make sure you land evenly. Race past all these fruit and vegetable stands. Across the road, you're going to take your first left again, and you're going to head back to the finish line. Let's go to Benny's. There's Benny. Now, I was putting the show together, I did not realize I had not put a mural on my gas tank. So I got that done. The Bobbleheads. Very many Bobbleheads to choose from here at Benny's, and no Voodoo would be complete without a Bobblehead. Now, three things come to mind when you think of the Voodoo: the panoramic windshield view, the distinct fine line tail fins, and those super cool taillights. Now, the Voodoo, a two-door lowrider, was referred to as a DECLASSE, being a brand name, actually for the very first time in GTA 4 by a cop who was talking on a walkie-talkie. But it wasn't until GTA 5, though, that the Voodoo would be referred to as a muscle car for the very first time. Now, the Voodoo was first introduced in the game in GTA Vice City and GTA Vice City Stories. But after the game was released, because the Voodoo having been remodeled after the 1960 Chevy Impala, it was actually regarded as a close match, but not identical, because of the fact that the visual difference was the 60 Chevy Impala has a trademark look of triple taillights, whereas the Voodoo had only been designed with two sets. Now, the release of the GTA 5 Voodoo saw that the Voodoo would get the classic triple taillight look. And even though the car had been inspired to be modeled after the 67 Impala, it was actually the 1959 Edsel that the shape of the taillights were designed after. Now, the Voodoo's front grille is very similar to that of the 64 Impala, and the H-shaped grille is pretty much similar to that of the 68 Plymouth Roadrunner and the 65 Rambler Classic. Now, the rear fascia of the Voodoo was modeled after the 59 Impala, which includes indented trunk with a chrome strip. And the roof, the windows, the body style also resemble that of third generation Impalas. And did you know that all Voodoos actually feature SS and limited edition badging, as well as a heart-shaped hood ornament and a courtesy light that switches on and off when someone opens up the door. Well, that just about wraps it up for another episode of Crash's Hot Rods and Mods. I'm Crashnburnking, and I'm thanking everyone out there for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the show. The showcase is coming up pretty soon, in a couple of seconds. So until next time, enjoy the rest of the show. Take care, everybody.